This is Coyote News.
Men's golf competes in their first ever Pay It Forward Collegiate. This is Coyote Sports. I'm Maggie Bishop.
And I'm Parker Orr. Volleyball starts their spring game slate in Omaha this weekend. South Dakota went 2-1 against North Dakota at Nygaard Field to open conference play. In Game 1, USD won 7-0 as Ella McGee hit an inside the park home run, scoring 3 in the second inning. The Fighting Hawks beat the Coyotes in Game 2, 6-5 in 9 innings. Game 3 was more South Dakota as they won 10-2 in 5 innings. McGee and McKenna Young swept the Summit League Weekly Awards. USD stays home to play St. Thomas tomorrow and Friday in games that were moved up due to bad weekend weather. After 3 matches in Florida, USD Tennis continued Summit League play against Kansas City. The Coyotes beat the Roos 6-1 as Grace Chaddock earned Peak Performer of the Week as she went 2-0 in conference play. South Dakota plays at home for the first time this season against Oral Roberts in St. Thomas this weekend.
Women's golf competed in the Ozarks National Invitational, finishing second. 4 Coyotes placed in the top 15, led by Katie Nicola in 4th. As a team, South Dakota finished behind in state rivals SDSU by 7 strokes. The team competes in the Stampede at the Creek before the Summit League Championships. Max Schmidtke led USD as they continued in the spring season with the Bell Bank Pay It Forward Collegiate Meet. Schmidtke finished 17th at -2 as South Dakota placed 7th out of 16 teams. The Coyotes finished 3rd out of 6 Summit League teams competing in the meet.
March Madness losses mean new players are entering the transfer portal every day. Coyote News' Nathan Delaney is live in the muck with men's basketball assistant coach Casey Kasperbauer to discuss how the portal's impacting USD. Nathan?
Thanks, Parker. I'm here with Casey. Casey, what has the portal been like with it opening on Monday?
Yeah, it's kind of been an all-hands-on-deck approach with our staff. Laptops always open. We joke in the office, you can't hit refresh fast enough. So I think on that first day on Monday, there was over 800 names in the transfer portal. So really, you're just trying to find the perfect fit. We obviously have to replace some really talented players on our roster. And, you're using your connections, you're using your regions that you're comfortable with, and you're just trying to find players that will fit our system.
What was your conversation like with Chase and Dre when they told you they were entering the portal?
Yeah, when we took Chase and Dre, both of those players at the time, we thought we only had 1 year with those guys. So that was the expectation going in. So when the season ended and we had those conversations, there was really no surprise on our end. We had an open and transparent dialogue with those players, asked them what they're looking for in the next step. They told us how we could help them, and really it was kind of an open and shut conversation. It was, what do you need? How can we help? And those conversations are still ongoing right now.
What has changed in college basketball with you being in Vermillion for the last 11 years?
I feel like everything. Obviously, you just touched on the biggest thing is the transfer portal, and then with that, NIL. That's kind of the biggest thing. When I was a player, and then even the early days as director of operations and assistant coach back in 2018 to maybe 2021, it's just totally different. You had to sit out if you were going to transfer. So not a lot of people did, and those numbers continue to rise. And obviously, it's a totally different landscape from that perspective. And now the name of the game is just adjusting on the fly.
What is next for the team in terms of summer ball?
Yeah, our players will report sometime in June, probably early June. We get 8 weeks of summer access with those guys, and so we just hit the ground running. We'll have new players, of course, new faces, and we teach them the terminology. We kind of break everything down with our system, offensively, defensively, and then we go from the ground up. And then that continues into the fall and then right into our season. So it does feel like a 12-month season at times, for sure.
Thank you very much for being here. Live from the Muck for Coyote News, I'm Nathan Delaney.
Thanks, Nathan. 4 players have entered the portal from South Dakota so far. 15 Coyotes participated in the Pro Day for football in the Dome. South Dakota and other schools participated in multiple tests of their physical skills. Bench press was the opening activity, along with many others. including the 40-yard dash and the 3-cone drill. Players concluded the day with personal workouts of their choice.
2 rematches of last year's state championship games ended with 3 new championships in boys basketball. Class A and AA both finished the season with rematches of last year's title games, with the runner-ups winning this time around. Brandon Valley claimed the AA title and Sioux Falls Christian A title. Class B saw 2 new teams in the championship game, Castlewood defeating Viborg Hurley for their 3rd title. South Dakota Volleyball starts their spring schedule with the TVA Collegiate Challenge. The Coyotes play Summit foe Omaha and their NCAA tournament opponent Creighton, as well as Concordia. Matches tip off at 9:30 on Saturday in Omaha.
South Dakota and the Minnesota Twins are hosting USD Night at Target Field. On August 9th, the Twins play the Kansas City Royals, and Coyote fans have a chance to watch the game and get a co-themed jersey. A portion of ticket sales will go to the USD Alumni Association.